Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. My pals Ricky and Pam join me on today's show. And of course, it's Wednesday, so we tackle some great listener questions. We talk about what a placeholder booking is with Disney Cruise Line and how that's a great way to save money on your next Disney cruise. We also talk about the delay of the Disney Adventures first cruise over in Asia. We get a great question about the best pancakes at Walt Disney World. And man, that one made us hungry. We have great suggestions there. And a first-time runner heading down to Wine and Dine. Some suggestions there to make that a great weekend. This and more on today's show. Don't forget, our show always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're the lifeblood of our show. We cannot thank you enough for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Coming over this week, we'd sure love to have you at patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2764 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a smashing week already and you're enjoying this, second summer here in most of the country, at least here in the Midwest. I don't know what happened. I guess I got too happy talking about how beautiful it was, enjoying fall already, and then God laughed at us and said, you know what? Let's turn that heat back up about to 100 degrees and remind you that we're not out of the woods yet, Mike Rallman. And made for an exciting football game on Saturday at Mizzou when the on-field temperature was 111 degrees. Whew. But we're here. We're not talking football. We're going to talk Disney and talk about, listener questions. So we might talk a little Disney cruise. We might head out to Disneyland. We're definitely going to talk a little Walt Disney World and have a good time. And you can listen. The good thing is maybe it is comfortable where you are. You could listen out on your deck, maybe in the evening with that fire pit going if it's comfortable out there. But if it's hot, just air conditioning. That's what it's made for. So the crew's here. Ricky's joining us from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. She always does double duty and actual triple duty. She's here today too. Ricky, happy Wednesday. What's up?
Happy Wednesday. I've been enjoying. It's not been cool here by any stretch of the imagination.
Don't brag. Because you're south of me, and I know you guys have been having better weather than us. That's not right.
Well, it's been in the 80s, and I think it's supposed to go back up to the 90s this week. But I have been enjoying going out on my back porch, and when it's dark out, getting about 9 o'clock, so it's starting to get dark. It's dusky, and it's just the perfect temperature that I can take my blanket out there and I can light the tiki torches so that the mosquitoes don't bite me, because they love me, so they bite me like crazy. And then I'm just sitting out there, just reading a book lately or whatever. It's been very lovely. So got water or coffee, depending on my mood. And it's been super, super nice. It's not cool, but again, it's comfortable, and I'm enjoying the blanket, and I'm enjoying the nice coziness of the whole feeling. It's very nice.
Down in Georgia, getting comfortable. Currently, right now, I'm looking at my desktop here. 92 degrees outside the window.
It's hot as blazes out. Let's see here.
It was in the 70s last week. I mean, for highs.
We're definitely not.
Yeah.
We haven't hit the 70s. I will say that, as highs. We definitely did not.
We had that. There. It was so great. And then I put the doors back on the Jeep because I thought it was going to be cold again, and it tricked me. Now I got the doors on and I want them back off, but it's too much work. It's a whole first world issue here. Pam Forrester, she feels my pain. I know she feels my pain. She's like, Mike, this is horrible. This is terrible news. Pam Force-Koner, the Magic for Less Travel. Pam, how are things out near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this week?
So they are good. Like you, I am feeling the difference in the weather. But the one good thing I will say is that in the evenings still cool off fairly nicely.
Yeah.
And we go outside, like we're outside. Like Steve built a fire in the outside fireplace this weekend. Like we were there.
Nice.
We do that often, but like I can't, like every night we can't have a fire, like, because that's a lot.
That's totally a lot. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But like I was like, okay, Saturday night we're going to be here, why don't you go ahead and do that? So he did, and it was really nice. And I do like that aspect of it, the way it gets cooler in the evening. I mean, I think that's a huge benefit. Even Walt Disney World, like when you start going even toward the end of August, the end of September, it does start to cool off in the evening a little bit.
It does.
So that's a big positive. Let me tell you, I would be happiest if it were like jeans and sweatshirt weather all year round, like especially in the evening. Like during the day, it can be like shorts weather, but like once it hits like 5, like I want it to be like, okay, I got to put on something warmer because it's going to get cool tonight, because that's the best weather.
Yeah, I'm definitely, hoodie and shorts person. Like that's when I'm in my element.
Yes.
And I was there. Like that's the thing, it was such a tease. Like I was there last week, and now it's just like whoo, smoking hot again. But we'll make it. We'll get there again. But we're gonna have some great listener questions. Shout out to Preacher Tony, tuned in over on Instagram. Glad to see him here with us today. It makes me happy to see him joining us. All right, if you have a question, drop it in the comments, because we'll get to that today on the show. We love those. Real quick, I wanted to ask you guys, I don't know if you two saw this because it debuted today as we're recording. How about Tron? Red Tron, we could call it. 9 Inch Nails Tron. Who'd have thought?
9
Inch
Inch
Nails
Nails Tron.
What do you guys think? What first impressions?
I mean, I'm here for it. I think it's a nice. I never thought I'd hear 9 Inch Nails.
Either did I. I didn't think we'd be hearing much about 9 Inch Nails in the Magic Kingdom, but here we are.
I mean, yeah, that's not something I thought I'd ever hear, but I feel like it's a good like little overlay. I like the red. I think that's nice too. Like I'm here for it. Let's go. I actually hopefully we'll get to ride it in person in like a week and a half or so. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I think it's a good addition so far. So, but in person may change my mind, but I'm sure it won't. I think it'll still be a good addition.
Pam, I think these, like, to me, like these little overlays, if I like them to be kind of short term. They always talk about, well, they don't do these things in Florida because they're once in a lifetime trips. Like Disneyland's a little different. Like we're talking about Haunted Mansion especially, but you know what? Go for these little things. Promote things, give a little, to make things fluid a little bit. I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is the thing I've been waiting for since Tron was put in. I'm like, there's that huge canopy. It's awesome. What else can you do with it besides just what they started with? Yeah, I think that this is it. Like, I want to see. I'm ready for like the holidays, Tron.
Red and green Tron.
Yes.
Let's go.
Exactly. Yes. When is this going to happen? Are we going to have waves of something else for other holidays? I'm
Trans-Siberian Orchestra Tron. Holy smokes.
My gosh.
Yes. I just gave myself the horn because that'd be so cool. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Like, what's their good? I used to love playing because we had this at my old where I taught at Wedgwood, where I taught with Pam. I don't know how we got this system in our school. Like it would just appeared one time. Because our principal was really cool. And shout out Andrew Guider. She loved me because she had 2 sons, and she like looked at myself and Dave, who taught 5th grade, like as her adopted son. So we got away with a murder in that school, and all the other ladies hated it because we got to do whatever we wanted. But that's beside the point. We had in our school somehow we had these speakers installed like throughout the halls, like they were in the ceiling, and nobody knew they were there. And Andra, the principal, had this remember this was like the early 2000s, like late 90s. So she had this like state of the art 10 disc CD shuffler changer thing in her office, right? So of course I'm like the tech guy. I'm like, dude, we're going to have Wedgwood radio. I'm going to program a radio station. So what I did was I got 9 CDs. And then on the 10th CD, what I did was I came home and I recorded radio jingles for the school. So it was Wedgwood Radio. So like it would shuffle every once in a while with like a radio promo for the school. You're listening to Wedgwood Radio. Make sure you walk on the brown tiles when you're in the halls to be a good wolf, because we're the wolves. So you'd hear my voice like DJing in the halls every once in a while. But like during, so we play like, remember there was like a CD called Mannheim Steamroller Meets the Mouse.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
So that was one of them. Like I was the program director for our school. But then we play all the great Mannheim Steamroller and stuff. There was also like another Trans-Siberian Orchestra, all that stuff in the Christmas time. Oh, I loved it. But yeah, they would rock if they did that at Christmas time. Let's
That'd be
go.
amazing. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Let's
At
do
the
it.
Christmas party. They could do it at the Christmas party so easily, I feel like. Let's do this. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know. We have so many requests and ideas.
We do.
Please, Disney.
Just
Yes.
take them. We promise. We won't get mad. We really want to experience these things.
And that
I'm
was
still
your-
waiting for my diner. Let's go.
Yes,
I
and
want my diner.
we got a question about pancakes coming up. Just so you know.
Okay, let's go.
It
Okay.
is. It's in the inbox. But that was your 2-minute Mike in the Midwest today for free. There you go. Okay. Oh, Zeebs has a question, but it is not labeled urgent. So there you go. Here we go.
I think he's scared now.
He did. He is. Hey, everyone. I'll be traveling to Disney World in May of 2026 with 8 other people. 7 of us are going to be in a 2-bedroom villa, and the other 2 are going to be in their own room at the same resort. I want to purchase the dining plan due to the kids being free next year. I have 2 kids, so this will definitely save a lot of money for us. Most meals, all 9 of us are going to be eating together. The other 2 people in their own room express they don't want to be on the dining plan. Will there be any issues when we go to pay for our meal? I've never experienced a situation before and could use your help. Thanks, Matt from New Jersey, aka Zeebs, over in the clubhouse. So Pam, not a problem. And I like the way he's thinking.
Not a problem at all. So what I would do if I were you was when you sit down and before you go to order, I would tell the server that you're going to be in separate checks. And you can split that up however you want. And I think that makes it easier from the very beginning. Now, just note that for parties over 6, it is typical that you will be charged a standard 18% gratuity, and that will automatically be added to your bill. And that's just how it is across Disney property. But other than that, you can pay for it however you want. You can use your credits. They can not use credits since they don't have them, and it'll work out perfect.
Correct. And it is
Correct.
good. Remember, because 2026, the kids that are under 10, boom, free. Bam.
I know. I still can't believe that is like that's happening. Like
And
that's
we don't
the thing.
talk about it anymore. It's just like it's kind of forgotten. It's,
It
it's
is.
just there.
Yeah. think
Like
it
I
is.
even forget it. Like when I had dining plans, I'm like, oh, yeah, the kids are free. Because I add it, and I'm like, why didn't the price change? Oh yeah, because the kids, free.
they're free.
That's why it didn't change. All right, here you go, Ricky. Pancake question coming at
Okay,
you.
let's go.
Best pancakes in Disney World. Hey
I have your
team.
answer.
All right, be ready. We'll be in Disney with our sons and my parents for 5 days in November. Then the boys are flying back home with my parents so that my husband and I can celebrate our 5th anniversary together for a couple of days. We want to have a nice table service breakfast together, and my pancake-obsessed husband is wondering where on property we could get the best pancakes. We're open to eating anywhere, whether it's in a park, Disney Springs, or at a resort. We just want some good pancakes. Thanks for all you guys do. From a longtime listener, Morgan. She's in Manassas, Virginia. Where are we getting the best flapjacks?
I've got the suggestions.
Dude, this is making me
So-
hungry, by the way. It's going to make me want
I
to run to
know.
Denny's.
I know this is so good. All right, so on the last trip and most of my trips, I try to get a reservation for Kona. The reason being is because A, they have delicious coffee. B, they have delicious pancakes. They are the macadamia nut pineapple pancakes. Oh my gosh. These are seriously so good. Like, I almost don't even need syrup for them. Actually, I very rarely put syrup on them, and I just eat them with the pineapple and the macadamia nuts and the butter, and that's good for me. And there's like a ton of pancakes that are served to you too. So this is no skimpy thing going here. You get a lot of food here, and it's actually very reasonable. Now, I will say Kona is very popular, so getting that reservation is going to be very difficult, especially for breakfast. But I feel like, that's always going to be my number one suggestion. because that's the one that I go to when I want really good pancakes. However, with that being said, if you can't get Kona, I have two other options. What did you just do? Oh, he's dying. Okay. I have two other options for you. Both offer actually seasonal pancakes. So you never quite know what the pancake is going to be until you get there. But I've had nothing but fantastic pancakes when I go to these places. So the first is going to be a Steakhouse 71. They usually have a specialty pancake. It depends on the season. And then the other option is actually going to be at the Grand Floridian Cafe. Again, they often have seasonal pancakes. The last time I ate there, it was such a good pancake. It was more summery, and it was like a strawberry shortcake kind of pancake. Oh my goodness, that was
teasing. Stop teasing
so
around
good.
dinner
Oh
time.
wow. I know. The only thing I'm sorry. The only thing I wish is I do wish that they'd post what the seasonal pancake is online, like, just maybe on the app. They can change that app so easily that like adding the seasonal pancake so that people know ahead of time would be so helpful. That's my only request. Disney, again, we're sending you requests. Please make this change. It would be so helpful for people instead of going, oh, I really want the seasonal pancakes, but I don't know what they are until I get there. So like that would be so helpful. But those are my suggestions for pancakes. I have one more suggestion for breakfast though, and that is actually going to be, Brian and I just did this on our last trip, and we're seriously talking about it all the time and trying to figure out how to go back again as soon as possible. And that's actually Raglan Road's brunch.
Oh my gosh, we talked about this on Sunday night because Jason says he puts his Disney cred that this is one of the best meals on property. Nobody talks about it.
It is. It's so good.
It was so fantastic. Oh my goodness. We got the French toast there. It was phenomenal. One of the best French toasts I've ever had. And then we got the breakfast potatoes. I'm not a big breakfast potato person. And especially I don't love like really puffy potatoes because I'm weird like that. I don't like the puffy French fries. I don't like puffy potatoes. But these were more chunk of potato. But they were fried up really well, and they had this dipping sauce that was like a garlic aioli. Oh, I'm dreaming about these potatoes. They were so flippin' good. So if you're looking for something just a little bit off the beaten path, but still a delightful breakfast, Raglan Road brunch. I cannot speak highly enough about it. It was so good.
Do they have entertainment during that brunch too? Like are the dancers there?
We ate there super early. Like we had probably one of the first reservations. So they did not, by the time we left, they didn't have any entertainment. But I think the brunch goes for a while. So I think it goes to 2, maybe 3 in the afternoon. So I'm sure that by that point they have it, I don't remember. Pam, do they have brunch on Saturday and Sunday, or is it just Sunday? I can't remember what
I think it's both Saturday and Sunday.
I was going to say, so. I thought we ate there on a Saturday because we drove home on Sunday. So yeah, I think it would have to have been Saturday too. So it was so good though. I cannot stress how good that brunch was. So
Pam, what other suggestions you have for pancake? I mean, for one thing, it sounds like the monorail loop is pancake dense. Yeah.
It is. And I will say this is not quite my area of expertise because I actually don't like pancakes. I'm like Mike.
This is okay. Last week it was Ricky with the pepperoni, now it's Pam with the pancakes. What is going on?
I know, but I'm like you. I like to have a protein. I have to have
I get it. Oh.
So this is why. But I will tell you, what usually happens is Steve does love any kind of carby thing. So he'll get something, I at least get to taste it. But I will tell you I think it's sort of a place that's sort of overlooked for brunch is CityWorks. If you have not been there, they have a really good brunch. And like Raglan Road, it's only on Saturday and Sunday, but they have a Bananas Foster pancakes that are very good. On top of it, they have so many other things. They have a stuffed French toast that's stuffed with cream cheese, a Bailey's cream cheese. So I know it's really good.
This podcast has now got a warning label on it, people.
they have chicken and waffles. They have chilaquiles. They have like a breakfast burger. I know that Steve's gotten that. I love. They have an avocado toast, which I really like. I just make sure that there's an egg on it, stuff like that. So there's lots of good things there. But for the pancakes, Banana Foster pancakes, that sounds pretty good to me. So
That sounds good.
I think I would be willing to go and try that. But yeah, I love that people. I think it's so interesting to hear what people really want for breakfast. Like when people are craving like a different thing. Like Banana Foster's pancake sounds fantastic, and if I went and had it in like an hour and a half, I would have to take a nap.
Yeah, I get that. I have to admit, okay, Pam, I had this weekend at brunch, and I don't know if this would be something that you would be interested in, but it was a Frenchie sandwich. So what it was 2 slices of French toast, and then it had egg and bacon and cheese, like kind of mixed together. It was like scrambled egg and then bacon bits and then cheese, and then you ate it like a sandwich. The French toast, like it was.
Oh, wow.
I like
that
that.
was good. That sounds like that.
That sounds interesting.
Interested in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it does. I am
So-
interested in it now.
So we kind of talked about this on Sunday night with Scott, and because we had the call-in show, which you'll hear tomorrow, the replay. The phone lines didn't work for a while, but then we got them working. Eric helped us out. So you go to a brunch, right? We were talking about brunches around property was one of the topics on Sunday night show. You go to a brunch. Do you lean more towards the breakfast food or the lunch foods when you go to a brunch? Because I'm always breakfast food all the way.
Breakfast for me.
I think I am too. I like
Yeah.
eggs so much that like I look for excuses to
if
like
you're,
you know,
if
have
you're
them.
going for brunch, you're going with the idea. I feel like for the most part that you're going to have breakfasty items. I
Now,
mean,
see,
that's
Scott's
whole
the
idea
opposite.
of
Like
brunch.
Scott was like lunch. Like Scott doesn't like breakfast foods. Like we found that out on Sunday night. Like because because we go to this place and Ricky knows it's near us. It's a diner called Gingham's. It's one of my favorite places to go because it's 24 hours and they serve breakfast all day. And like we go there all the time and I'll have breakfast for dinner. And
Yeah,
Scott's like, you
absolutely.
have breakfast for dinner? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I love breakfast for dinner. I can
Heck,
have
I
breakfast.
make breakfast
could-
for dinner here
Right.
sometimes.
I
Yeah,
can
I
have
do
breakfast.
too.
I can have breakfast for dinner 7 nights a week. Really. I mean, biscuits
Exactly.
and gravy and eggs. I can do that for dinner every night. Like
Shoot,
that's
now
that's
I'm
my
thinking
jam.
of changing what I have for
Seriously,
dinner
I
tonight,
know, right?
and
It's-
I legit
There's
like
nothing wrong with that.
I legit had my idea of what I was having, and now I know I'm like I have bread.
Like
so I
growing
can
up,
make
my grandma
toast,
would make us
and I have
breakfast for
bacon,
dinner.
and I have eggs.
Yeah.
I-
Brenner. It's
Yeah.
Brenner. We call
Right.
it Brenner.
all the
Yes.
time. Like my grandma would do that for us all the time. Like we would always have like, I mean, we're a clean podcast, but my grandma would make something called SOS, which if you don't, you had to know what that was, but it was like something on a
Yes.
shingle, and it was corned beef on a piece of toast.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yes.
But it was so
Yeah.
good.
With the
like,
gravy made out
yes.
of who knows what.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know what it
God,
was,
yes.
but I would destroy that stuff. It was like in a little glass. The stuff it was like corned beef that came in like a little glass, I don't know, like a jar or something, and she'd
Oh
make
my
like
God.
white gravy with it. That stuff was so good. It was super cheap to make, I think, because like
So
it was
can't
like from
stand
the
corned beef.
it was like
Ugh.
from the Depression era or something. But like we'd have breakfast for dinner, all like some eggs with that. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know where we got going with this, but here's the thing, Disney. We've been saying this for 10 years. I even have the spot for you where Big River Grill was.
Yes.
Put a freaking diner in there and just leave it open
Diner,
24
diner,
hours. Oh my
diner,
gosh.
diner.
Just throw a diner in that spot where Big River was. It's easily accessible to everybody that's at the yacht club, the beach club, the boardwalk. People that are over at, people that are at Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, Riviera. We would be taking cabs to get over there to get some late night eggs and
Yes.
and pancakes and waffles. Yes.
Diner. We've been asking for it for years. Let's go, Disney. Come on. Put us a diner in.
Yes, it's not that hard. And Len knows what SOS is. I love it. Mommy, what's SOS? Okay, next
yeah.
question. Wine and Dine Weekend. I'm glad we're all family here. Hello, crew. I remember when we started the show back in 2008, I'd have never brought up SOS, but here we are 18 years
Here
in.
we are.
Here we are.
Hello, crew. I am signed up for my first timed road race in over 10 years. I'm traveling down to Orlando from Massachusetts and figured why not go big or go home and signed up for the 10K. I'm traveling with my family and we're planning to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on the Thursday before the race. As a slow beginner runner, do you think this is doable? Any tips to navigating the expo or morning of the race will be greatly appreciated. Thanks for all you do and giving us all a little Disney magic while we're away from the world. Danielle from Wellesley, Massachusetts. Massachusetts really well represented on today's show. All right, so she's doing the 10K for the very first time in 10 years, and they're doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on the Thursday before the race. So the 10K would be on,
Well, that's on Saturday.
Friday.
Right? No.
Oh, yeah, wait. So wait.
Saturday.
Yeah, the Saturday. Because I'm thinking marathon weekend. Yeah, so the half would be on Sunday. Yeah. So that'd be on Saturdays. Yeah, so.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just get some rest. That's Friday. Don't overdo it too much on Friday, and I think you'll be good. Yeah. I don't see any problem with this.
So, yeah, I think you're going to be, and you're going to, of course, don't kill yourself on your feet the day before the race. You're going to be mindful of that. So, and that's kind of hard because you're at Walt Disney World and you want to do everything. You got to be, what's the word that they always use? I'm trying to think of the word that people always use. It's almost funny. What's that word? Like, I can't think of it. Like, you got to be really mindful of it, but that's not the word I'm trying to think of. But you got to be really careful to not, do 30,000 steps the day before the race if you want to really make the most of the race experience. If you're really trying to get, the most out of the race. If you're just doing it for fun and don't care, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As far as the expo, though, there's two kind of mindsets for the expo. If you want to be there for to get all the Run Disney merch, I guess they're still probably going to do the virtual queue. So I hate the virtual queue for the expo personally. This is just me. You got to get in the virtual queue when it opens on the Walt Disney World app. And it's just like, back in the day for any of the other virtual queue things. It'll tell you what time to get over to ESPN Wide World of Sports. You have to check in. You got to get in, and that'll be in the one area, which is usually the arena. You'll go in there and buy your stuff there, and then you can kind of go in to get your bibs and the other merch that you want to get from the regular vendors at any time at your ease. Now, you probably will want to get the Run Disney stuff. I'd imagine a lot of people do like to shop through that or get shirts and stuff like that. So if you want to do that, that's a little more stressful, but you got to, mind the app and get over there. That's the whole thing. It kind of ruins your day though, because you're bound by, you got to keep watching the app. Like, okay, I'm like in 50 groups. Now I'm in 30 groups. Now I'm in 10 groups. I hate that whole deal, but it is what it is. So you make your way over to ESPN, and that's going to determine what time you go through the expo. Now, for some reason, if you're not into the Run Disney merch, go towards like dinner time. There's going to be nobody there. It's a ghost town. You can just walk through, get your bibs, sign in, get everything, and you're in and out in like a half hour. That's the best thing if you're not into the Run Disney merch. That's the best advice I can give you. So that's what I would say. And just have a good time. Also, make sure you have a memory maker for the trip. Because one, you're doing a Halloween party. You're going to get awesome pictures during the Halloween party, but also for the race. This is like a double whammy is to have memory maker because you're going to get a bajillion great pictures and you're going to get your money's worth out of it. So make sure you have that. All right. So that's that. And have a great run. And let's see here. Ooh, question from Katie Martin. Hey, Mike, Scott, Pam, Ricky. Can you talk a little more about how placeholders work with Disney Cruise Line? Do we need to know what cruise we want to take and use it right away? Thanks. Katie's in Arizona. Pam Forster, you want to talk about placeholders? Just kind of in general for Katie.
The beauty of the placeholder, you do not need to know which cruise you want to take. In fact, that cruise may not even be available to book. You have 2 years from the day that you book it to go ahead and sail on the Disney Cruise Line, and you'll get rewarded with a discount. It is not valid on all of the categories, and it's not valid on all sailing dates, but when you go and do the placeholder. You can actually do it on your app now, which I think is such a huge improvement. Remember the lines you would wait in before you used to go? Like
Yes, it was
there was a
awful.
desk. It was only staffed certain times of the day,
Yes.
and you had to wait in line, and you were like taking up part of your cruise to do
Exactly.
this. And it was sort of
Now-
a frustration.
It's just a couple touches of a button and you're
Exactly.
done. And it shows up on your bill when you pay your cruise at the end, and you're like done and done. I love
Right.
it. It's so much easier. Although it's also easier to book that placeholder cruise now. I'm sure that helps Disney as well. So
Well, and it is a good deal. Like we
Yeah, it is.
remind people of it, right before they're sailing, just to say, hey, this is one of the better deals that you're going to find. Go ahead and do it. And when cruises are released, there's a huge amount of people who use their placeholder on those new itineraries. Mike, I'm sure you did a lot of placeholder conversion whenever
Dude, I'm just
we-
recovering.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
my cruise that I just booked, I did as my placeholder from my last cruise. So yeah, I absolutely
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
It is. It's a great savings, and it's definitely worth checking out. So do that. When you book with us, when you book a placeholder, we get notified of it, and we actually have sort of a drip campaign email sent out to remind you so that you don't lose your placeholder. Like
Yeah.
we're like, hey, remember, you have this placeholder sitting here. You want to use it, so you don't want to lose that.
And
But
the good
yeah,
thing is, if you don't use it, don't mean to interrupt, but I mean, if you say you don't use it in 2 years, this is very unusual. I find this unusual, like in any kind of business, that say you just don't use it for the 2 years and it expires. Because every once in a while, I will get an email from a guest that didn't use theirs in 2 years. It's automatically refunded, like,
It
and
is.
you get that, and the refund hits back to your card. Like,
Yep.
there is absolutely no way to lose that deposit.
No.
Like that, like there's there's absolutely no way to get a gotcha on this. Like that's highly unusual. Like you would think it would be the other way. Like, okay, if you don't cancel, like, because everything else is like, there's always a get you. If you like after 2 years, like you're gonna lose your deposit. No, like if you totally forget about it after 2 years, you get $250 back. It's so refreshing. Like there's no way to get a gotcha on that.
Right. I don't leave a cruise on Disney or other
No.
lines without having
Yeah.
another one booked. I just
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, exactly.
So that's, you make it
Exactly.
through. So
Yeah. So I would say, because it's going to be your best discount. Because I mean, when we used to always say, and this was true, I'd say up to like 2 years ago, that Disney Cruise Line never runs promotions. Like the 10%, that's all you're going to get. But I mean, hey, we've been lucky in the last couple of years that, we have had offers, with like the third and fourth passenger, 50% off, a couple other offers we've had, but this is a good one. I mean, it's one that, you take it, like it's a no lose proposition. Like walk off the ship, you got 10% off on a future cruise. There's very few blackout dates. There are a couple, and just think about them. They're usually around the biggest holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, like you just, super busy sailings, inaugural sailings, stuff like that. But, like I say, you cannot lose. if you just get a hankering, like, oh man, I need that $250 back. You just say, hey, I need the $250 back, and you'll have it, boom, right back to your card. So it's a good deal. And Kelsey's got one of our great agents over at the Magic for Less. Placeholders keep the post-cruise blues at bay.
This is true.
Put that on a t-shirt. That's
It's the
exactly
worst.
right. All right, so we don't really have time for one more question, but you have a couple minutes left here before we duck out to get ready for Friday's show. So what are we seeing? We're speaking of cruising, the Adventure got pushed back by 3 months. We saw
did.
that. I think it's just because they want to put some final finishing touches on that ship before it debuts in a new market over there in Asia. Pam, what are you hearing? Anything new?
I think they just want to make sure it's Disney-fied. And I will say it's not uncommon, especially for Disney Cruise Line, to push back the first sailing date. We haven't actually had that many ships that sailed on a date.
The actual
They were- yeah, so we've had a few, actually. The last couple have been. But besides that, it's not what it is typical to see that. So, but, that's the great thing about Disney Cruise Line is they offered people who were sailing on that a great offer. So that's fantastic that they get to take advantage of that. And lots of stuff. So I know that this is not a ship that everyone is interested in just because of the locations where it's going to be sailing from. But I think it's going to be a very unique Disney ship. And I think that, those people who are hardcore Disney cruisers have a desire to sort of see the ship. And if you are one of those people, check it out, because the ship is very much unlike any Disney ship, because as you recall, it started out as a different ship. It was a different cruise line altogether, and Disney Cruise Line bought it when they were not going to be able to finish that. So check it out. Lots of very cool things will be on this ship for sure.
Yeah, it's got
And
those
it looks like a really interesting. And you're right, for someone who like really likes sailing on Disney Cruise Line, like this ship intrigues me, and I'm hoping maybe I don't see myself getting out to the Asian market anytime soon. So like it would be really awesome if someday it came this way. I'm sure it won't, but it would be really cool if it did. But yeah, it really, the things that they are doing on this ship sound so amazing, and they sound so different and so unique. And I wish that the next 3 ships that they're building, I wish that they would maybe take some of the ideas that they're doing for the adventure and maybe bring them over. But unfortunately, I think they're just kind of making them carbon copies of the latest series. So that kind of makes me sad. But, maybe you never know. They may take some of the ideas and port them over a little bit and make them, the next 3 ships, just a little bit different than the Wish, the Treasure, and the Destiny. So we'll see.
Disney's pretty smart in that I think they know their market, and a lot of Disney fans are completionists. Especially Disney Cruise Line fans. And like if you've been on every other ship, like you just have a hankering, like I just got to, I've been on every ship except, and then you get that. I know Scott had that, like he's talking about that, it's like I get to be on the Treasure this summer, like I'm excited, and it's experience, because I haven't been on that one. The Destiny is like that, the ship that I got to get on, and so I think that there's going to be a lot of that, just for the fact that I've been on every ship except. And now of course this one is a lot different, because not only the ship, it's its own class, but it's also in its own market. You got to go to the other side of the world. You're going to be doing a way different type itinerary, but it's got different stateroom categories. It's going to have a whole lot different experience, but completionism is a big thing in the Disney community. So it's kind of smart there. And like I told my guests, I had a few guests that got wiped out with the, first few sailings. But what it is, it's an opportunity is what it is. It's an opportunity for an upgrade. A delayed cruise is still going to be a cruise, but you get to maybe upgrade, and do something maybe that an opportunity that was given to you that maybe now you're going to get to do that you didn't get otherwise. I had one of my guests, she just pivoted to a Wonder cruise out of New Zealand, in the meantime, and she's letting that sit and going to do it, there. So I was like, I didn't know the Wonder was sailing out of New Zealand. That's pretty sweet. I didn't even see that itinerary. That's awesome. I was like, let's go. Yeah. I was like, that's great. It's like, can we do a show? When you get back, I want to hear about that. That's great. Great for the podcast. So, it's a lot of times, sometimes it's initial disappointment when you hear news like that. I mean, I would be disappointed, right? But you got to see it as like, okay, well, how can we turn this into an opportunity? And that's a good thing about the guests I'm working with, Nicola, we're going to get, maybe we can get a bigger stateroom, or we can, parlay this into not just one cruise, but 2 cruises. So that's how you guys see it. Yep. All right. So it's going to do it for today's show. We're going to be back on Friday with another fun podcast. You have a question for the podcast, we're getting to the end of the inbox, so send it in. You'll probably be on next week's show. So Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. We would love to tackle your question for next Wednesday's podcast. So send that in today. Don't forget, our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. You sail with the Disney Cruise Line, you book with us. It's going to cost you exactly the same as booking directly with Disney Cruise Line. You're going to get a fun onboard credit to spend just like cash on that sailing. We were talking about that in the clubhouse the other day. What do you spend that on? Well, what do you like to spend it on? You can get some merchandise during your cruise. You can use it for a couple of drinks, maybe in the Haunted Mansion bar on the Disney Treasure. You could just don't use it for gratuities. That I will find you if you do. That's boring. You could, but I will find you if you're one of my guests. Use it for something fun. Have a good time. Spa services, adult dining, whatever it is. Have a good time with that. We just want you to have a great cruise. We're going to give you great service all the way through. Walt Disney World, Disneyland as well. Come on over. See our services over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link as you shop online throughout the week. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And please support us on Patreon. It's $5 a month. For that support, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Thank you to all of our supporters over there already. Coming over, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can give us a follow on the social media at beourguestmike is where you'll find me, Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. Pam is at TMFLT Pam. Ricky is at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. And come on over to the clubhouse. It's free for everybody. It's our Discord server, kind of like the old IRC chat days, and a message board. It's live. It's fun. And we just hang out and have a good time. It's free for everybody. Come on over and hang with the other 1,500 cool kids from the podcast. beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. All right. Oh, we'll have a live show this Sunday night, and I promise I'll get the phone lines. They're fixed. They're ready to go. Knock on fake wood from Amazon. All right. We're going to have a good time on Friday. We're going to be talking snacks at Epcot. So come on back. We're going to continue that series. Pam and Ricky made me keep it going. They said, we're going to complete this one. So we're going to do that from last week. So we're going to do that. Have a good time. So bring a Rice Krispie treat or something with you as you listen to the show.
We talked about pancakes today. We're going to talk about snacks and Epcot.
I had forgotten about the pancakes. Now I'm starving again. Good job, Ricky. You're killing me.
Yep.
It's like your dog barked at the end of last week's show. Now you brought up the pancakes again, coming in hot at the end of this one.
I did pull down the blinds in the bedroom, so hopefully she will not be barking today. Yes.
Our vast audience appreciates that because you probably made people like swerve off the road with that one. We did get feedback on the clubhouse with that. So we're out of here. We'll be back again on Friday. It was, but it gave everybody a heart attack. And, you know, if you have AirPods on, it's loud. All right. We're going to be back. We'll see you. For Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike. Have a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.